Jesus fucking Christ, that last video was horrendous. It looked like two moronic apes decided it was a good time to shit on my computer and call it art. Anyway, just how dangerous can the Benson be? Let's find out. Hello plebs and master debaters. This time we're looking into the USS Benson, a truly formidable and dangerous ship if handled properly. The Benson is basically the earlier American destroyers that came before it, even the Manhattan and the Farragut. The only real difference is the concealment, torpedoes and superficial details. The Benson has a base detection range of 7 kilometers. However, with the right camo and the commander skill, concealment expert, your detection range can turn your noticeable American destroyer into something that can even surprise Japanese destroyers. With other skills and modifications to your ship, you can lower your reload all the way down to 3.2 seconds. 3 fucking second reloads. Jesus Christ, talk about a sore finger. With that fast of reload, the speed and overall agility, the Benson is a terrific destroyer killer. However, it can also be a battleship and cruiser killer, much like her predecessor, the Manhattan. Just look at that fire rate. Even before advanced fire training, the American destroyer line had wicked fast reload of about 4-second reload. The torpedoes can now reach even further, about 9.2 kilometers at base stat. With this, the Benson can launch torpedoes without risk of being detected. With all of these in your arsenal, you can put freedom into your enemies 1 shell at a time, or in this case, 5 shells every 3 to 4 second intervals. Of course, the Benson has some weaknesses that'll prove to be her undoing if left to a captain who doesn't know how to use the American line. However, at tier 8 you should know how to at least shoot properly. If so, then the Benson will at least do well for you. Just some of the drawbacks of the Benson are that the anti-air guns are almost worthless, her torpedo reload is horrendous and her hull C is laughable. However, despite these negatives, the Benson is possibly the best tier 8 destroyer, even after nerfs. While playing this ship, you may experience the following side effects: having broken fingers from pressing a single button every 3 seconds, being a shell magnet, setting others on fire in the name of freedom, and finally missing most of your shots because your aim is shit. As an American destroyer, your top priority has to be enemy destroyers then battleships. If an enemy destroyer is unlucky enough to venture close to the Benson, unleash all hell upon them and make a new national anthem. Or if you want to, you can just spam the living fuck out of the fire key at their general location. Either way works. The special thing about the Benson is that you can actually play as a Japanese destroyer as well, since the base torpedo range is 9.2 kilometers and the detection range, with concealment systems modifications as well as concealment expert skill, the Benson can be utterly dangerous in whatever playstyle you use. Either it be guns, torpedoes, a mixture of both, or something else, the Benson can provide, making it the first destroyer that can do everything. However, it is still a destroyer. It is small, practically no armor, and small amount of health. So you have to be cautious when dealing with every situation, making it not a class for gung-ho or reckless captains. If you are a gung-ho or reckless captain, or even a overly aggressive captain who goes solo, I wouldn't recommend the Benson. Instead, I'd like to recommend the German battleship line, since that line is overpowered in almost every way and is basically the Russian heavy line of World of Warships. That being said, the Benson when under the hands of a capable captain could prove to be an invaluable member of the team. This is the kind of situation where the Benson should be put in, supporting your teammates as you help take out the enemy. Despite the high reload, your actual damage is rather small when against armored targets. Thankfully your guns can help set the ships on fire. Now watch what happens to the German battleship in this situation. Remember when I said earlier about being gung-ho and overly aggressive, or even reckless? Well, I'm a dumbass. It's time for the next replay. Once again, the Benson's natural environment, a cluster of islands, which will not only provide stealthy opportunities, but in some cases even cover. A good tactic for the Benson would be to distract and even harass the enemy using both guns and torpedoes, which will either give your team time to come support or to help them push against the enemy flank. A single Benson could, although I wouldn't recommend it, help hold off a couple of ships for a few minutes. This was completely accidental, but I did find a good spot for a destroyer to hide behind and use as cover against enemy ships, at least after I get done being stuck on land. Because of the traditional American destroyer firing arc, you can fire shells over land and onto enemy ships just like this, making their cover completely useless and you being smug. In this type of situation, the quantity over quality figure is highly appropriate. Another commander skill that I would highly recommend is the demolition expert, which will slightly increase the chance of fire with every shot. And if you figure in the slightly increased chance of fire with the rate of fire from the guns, you're looking at possibly setting a lot of fires in a short amount of time. The smoke screen is utterly useless if the enemy has a cruiser with hydro or sonar capabilities, which most high-tier cruisers have. In this type of situation, and finally, hugging the fuck out of the island is a very good thing for survival, because in any other type of situation, I would be dead. I came pretty damn near it. In a rather desperate act, I went after the Japanese destroyer. He was at near full health and I am, well, practically dead. That is until I went full idiot and decided it was a good idea to start firing at the North Carolina to try and bait the Japanese destroyer out. As it's getting closer to the end, I'd like to point out just how fucking close I came to being dead in both replays. Jesus Christ, I'm never going to learn. I hope I answered the question of just how fucking dangerous the Benson can be. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to see similar content, please look at these two end card titles here. Have a nice day.